All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the MeeZoid channel. Okay, today's video is all about 1.20 hardcore factions on Viper MC. So I'm going to be going over all the major details and release dates and everything you need to know about 1.20 on Viper MC. So first things first, I really hope to see you guys there on the Start of the World, which is this Saturday, October 14th at 2 p.m. EST. You can connect with MeeZoid.vipermc.net or play.vipermc.net. You can also connect on Bedrock. Bedrock players can't actually play any realms yet because we kind of want to slowly roll this into, I guess, like a fully compatible network. We just want to be careful in case any issues arise with Bedrock, but you can log on Viper right now with Bedrock Edition. Obviously, we support still 1.7 and 1.8, but for this realm, it's going to be 1.16 or higher. So with the release on the 14th at 2 p.m. EST, we have the queue opening on the 12th at 1 p.m. EST or so, and we also have a full punishment wipe reset, blacklist, bans, mutes, everything also resetting on October 13th, the day before Start of the World. If you guys want to claim a free donator rank on this realm, the claim rank system that we have on Viper, if you do claim rank space MeeZoid or anything like that on the hubs, you will be able to claim a free donator rank for every single realm, and that includes the 1.20 realms. Okay, you'll get the first free donator rank for free. It's like a $5 rank or so. You get that completely for free. Also, if you had a rank on Infernal or Royale and Reforged, you can actually log on to Viper right now and claim store credit. It'll be right in the hub message as soon as you log in about how to claim it. I think you have to actually log on the 1.20 hubs to actually get that, but yeah, just log on with 1.20. You'll see it in the chat. You can spend that for free on the store for some free ranks on the 1.20 realms. All right, time to get into what you can expect on 1.20 HCF. So I'm going to be as completely clear, as blunt as possible for you guys to understand. Also, first things first, ignore my scoreboard where it says Viper Infernal. That's not what we're on. The realm is called Squads, okay? Kit map is called Kit map, and 1.20 HCF is called Squads. So it is not an Infernal replica at all whatsoever. We're not even close to trying to match that playstyle or anything like that. Squads is way more hardcore. So the best way that I can describe it is if you liked playing Royale, Reforged, or even Arcane in the past on old HCF and stuff like that, then this is exactly the server you're going to be looking for. So squads will be 2-week-long maps. We can no longer do weekly maps. It's too repetitive. It's too exhausting to set up every single weekend. 2-week-long maps is a great starting point. And of course, if it actually works out super well and people want even longer maps, that is something we are completely open to doing because I think longer is better for a playstyle like this. But we are starting off with 2 weeks and we intend to stay there or go higher. There is no partner items whatsoever on 1.20 Viper Squads or the HCF realm. So for us to talk about base raiding and trapping, obviously you can still do that, but we're kind of resetting back to the basics. So that means players are going to have to utilize redstone, spleef traps, fall traps, etc. And also players can no longer pearl through string, but they can pearl through fence gates. So just like Arcane and stuff like that back in the day, there are going to be custom enchants, but these aren't going to be like a normality like they were on Infernal. They will be harder to get and more rare. So if you kill someone in the custom enchant set, it's going to be rare, kind of like what it is on kit map 1.20 right now. Like if you kill someone in the Halloween G kit, you get pretty hyped up because you know that's a pretty good set as compared to everything else. So the custom enchants will be very simplified, like speed, fire resistance, and I think there's the other ones that you can, see like Hellforge and all that sort of stuff. I think that might be added or not. Might not because of Mending, which is a 1.20 vanilla enchant. That's kind of like the same thing. But yeah, there's all those enchants. Nothing super crazy at all. Nothing that really affects combat. It's really just effects and stuff like that. And again, they are harder to get, going to be more rare to get. You can grind for them simply by killing mobs and opening the custom enchant menu and buying a book and testing your luck there. But yeah, obviously that's how you get them. Now, the map kit for Squads Map 1, which I don't know if it's going to stay like this forever in terms of enchant stuff like that, but it's going to be 8-man factions. Okay, so we're starting off with that. That number's always been like kind of a sweet spot for us. It's kind of not too high, not too low, and it's kind of right in the middle. And then the map kit is going to be Prot 2, Sharp 2. And this is the thing. You can craft the maximum sharpness, okay? It's not like Infernal where you had to get the special armor from crates or kits or players that die with them. You can just enchant right up to the map kit. So Prot 2, Sharp 2 is the maximum you can get. And then there is obviously, I believe, like Prot 3 and Sharp 3 and like Koth crates. I believe there is, but that's the only way you can get them. There's no way to buy like Prot 3 or Sharp 3. It's just, you literally just play the game, get Prot 2, Sharp 2. Now, there will be special rewards for map 1 of Squads, okay? Because obviously it's the grand release. So F-top number 1 will get a $500 store gift card, an exclusive prefix that will never ever be released again. There will be Viper lunar cloaks for each member of the team, and then a reserved claim at any location of their choosing for map 2. F-top 2 will get $300 store gift card. F-top 3, $200 store gift card. F-top 4, $100 store gift card. F-top 5, $50 store gift card. And that is it for the F-top rewards. Then there's a base building competition with ranks 1, 2, and 3. Rank 1 will get a $300 store gift card and an exclusive prefix, just like F-top 1. It's going to be different prefixes, though. And then base building 2 gets $200, and base building 3 gets $100. So we're giving away like almost $1,500 of store rewards. And for those that may have not heard about 1.20 HF at all recently, pretty much, guys, this is a 1.8 PvP on 1.20. So that means there's no hit delay, there's no end crystal explosions or anything like that. There's no shields. So speaking of all this stuff, when it comes to the actual vanilla 1.20 features, we're actually leaving like the majority in. Okay, we don't want to just take a lazy route and disable everything. We pretty much want to let players like experience the 1.20 on the HCF playstyle, and like if anything's super OP, we can modify it as we see fit, but we want players to kind of investigate and make strategies based off all the new stuff that's in MC. For example, we do have things balanced though, like elytras. You obviously can't just fly in combat with rockets and everything like that. So elytras, obviously first you have to be at least 3 blocks above the ground to even engage flight, and then you cannot use rockets while you're in combat. And rockets are like what send you flying with elytras. I can give an example. So this is something you could do in combat if you wanted to, is like if you jumped off a building. Well, I guess technically right there I wasn't even high enough. Okay, here we go. If you jumped off a building like that, nice. Okay, so if you jump off of something high, you can engage flight even while in combat. So I do like slash tag me. Okay, I'm combat tagged right here, so I can fly, but like you're not going to go very far. The main thing that you can actually gain momentum with is firework rockets like this. And if I fly into this guy and then engage flight, then like this, oh, well, I'm combat tagged. So yeah, you guys can see like I can't boost it or anything like that. But when you're off combat, like this is the main part of flying. So elytras are obviously going to be rare, but you can get them vanilla means, which I'll talk about later. But there's also stuff like totems. So totems are going to work like kind of like how God apples did back in HCF, where once it actually activates, you'll be on like a long cooldown. I think it's like 3 or 6 hours or something like that once it actually happens. But that'll stop you from quick dropping in, you know, rare scenarios. Let's see if I can do this now. There we go. So yeah, that's what rockets do. You can only do this out of combat, obviously. And when you're wearing elytra, your chest plate has to be off as well. So if you tag someone who's flying an elytra like this, then they can no longer rocket boost and you can try to kill them. But yeah, like I said, what we're saying is we did not want to take a lazy approach and just remove everything from the game that would be like broken or OP. We kind of want to leave as much in there so that we can see how it affects normal gameplay and see if players like actually make their own metas and stuff like that. Now for the Nether and the End, they will both be getting their own respective updates. So the Nether will feature a public portal at 0, 0. So if you're inside Nether, there will be that public portal at 0, 0 again. But you can use it to get back to the overworld, but it's not in a safe zone. So there's no safe zone at Nether anymore. So you have to be cautious when going to the Nether. Nether's very important because isn't that where you find netherite? There's also some other stuff there, and it's a lot bigger than it used to be. So in the End, once you actually get to the End, there'll be another portal inside the End to get to the End City. And this is like the vanilla End, which is where you can find End Cities, the End Ships, where you can find elytras, rare books, armory, weaponry, all this sort of stuff. And there's also events in here like Koths and Control the Zones. Speaking of events, there's only 2 simple events. It's Citadel Conquest, and there's King of the Hill and Control the Zone. So there's no more like capture the flag or secure the payload or anything like that. We're keeping it as simple as possible. But yeah, you can take that as you will. I think rushing the End will be a very important thing that you are going to want to do in this playstyle. So just a lot of cool stuff that will come from having the End City, the End, and the new Nether change and stuff like that. So there are brand new classes, or there's a brand new class called Diver, which swimming is actually very important in 1.20. You can actually like real swimming, and there's like, you know, we have underwater Koths and stuff like that. So you can experience that on a kit map already, which I've shown off already. But yeah, Diver is a brand new class where you can use tridents that you can throw at people, they come back to you. You can rip tide up in the air. You have Dolphin's Grace, all that sort of really cool stuff. And of course, there's been other revamps to classes. Like for example, Archer actually has both Distance Archer and regular Archer built into it by using different arrows. Because as you guys know, there's a freaking ton of different arrows on this game. So a lot of really cool stuff that you're just gonna have to get used to and kind of experience for the first time. I think it'll allow for some fresh experiences, just an overall experience. I mean, that's all we're kind of looking for. HF has been the same thing for years, and it's finally something different that's coming around. And not only is it different through custom content, but it is through like vanilla Minecraft, which I think is a huge thing. Something super important that I I should mention is I did upload a video like last week about the best 1.20 settings to use. I would recommend doing that if you want a quick little outline of the best settings to use. Literally, just copy my settings right now. I did change these a little bit for me though, so they're not the best settings. These are the settings I'm going to be using. You can go ahead and just pause and copy them if you don't want to watch the entire video. That's all for that. And then if I go into here, you can see settings, performance. You want to have lazy chunk loading on lowest. Then something that you also would be willing to do would be fire height. Put that to 0 so you have low fire. And then last thing, hurt camera mod. Well, actually not the last thing. You want to put this to like 0.15, or which Lunar is releasing the feature like as we speak. It probably is actually out by the time this video is out, where you can revert back to the 1.8 hurt camera. When that option is here, you want to turn that on, and you could probably put the intensity back to 1. So that's that. I'm going through this really quickly, by the way, again, so if you don't understand any of it, go back to my other video. Weather changer, you're going to want to turn off rain and stuff like that, make it clear, and then fog customizer, put those both to 0. I think that's everything. Super, super fast if you guys want to just copy those. And if it wasn't clear, you want to launch 1.20 on Lunar, either 1.20.1 or 0.2 with the Lunar plus Sodium or Fabric module, okay? So you're going to see that when you click on the version by the play button. There's like 2 different buttons you can click. Make sure it's the Sodium or the Fabric one on 1.20, 0.2, or 0.1. Otherwise, you won't have like video settings like this. You don't want to use Optifine from what I've heard. Kind of on topic with it, we are releasing a 1.8 or like 1.7/1.8 to 1.20 resource pack converter that you guys can check out. Will be released on like the Viper Discord on our website and stuff like that. And you can convert any texture pack. Obviously right now I'm on default, but once that comes out, I can convert any of my texture packs to 1.20 and it should work pretty well. So yeah, those are like the basics I have to mention for this info video. Again, like think of like classic HCF mixed in with brand new 1.20 vanilla content, and just bringing back that play style that everyone used to love, which is no partner items, the Arcane Royale Reforged style. Like that's what we're bringing back. I think it'll be really fun. I'm excited to do some content on it finally. We've been out without HCF for quite some time now, and I kind of want to get back into it and actually play how it's meant to be played. So I'm excited. Hopefully I see you guys there. Really hope to see you guys there. Obviously MeeZoid.vipermc.net. And yeah, we're going to be doing like all sorts of new marketing techniques. We want to try to grow the server over time. I don't know how it's going to do off the first initial release, if it's going to be like a peak or we continue growing, but the idea is we continue growing because obviously in 1.20 you can market outwards and actually have a steady growth, which is not something that's normally known to HCF. So hopefully you guys can show up for the first release. That would mean a lot to us, the Viper team, and myself. I do appreciate it a lot. And I think that's all I want to say. Again, if you want to claim a free donator rank, /claim rank MeeZoid in the hubs, just like that. Do the steps on it. The release dates, October 14th, 2 p.m. EST. Saturday is the release of HCF. But yeah, and there's also a store sale that you can check out right now on the store. So yeah, that's gonna be all, guys. See you guys later. Peace out.